This is your 7:20 p.m. tropical storm update, as the hurricane, if you want to call it that, was downgraded to a tropical storm. I'm going to zoom in here so you can see what's going on with the tropical storm, and you will get some ideas of how they have completely obliterated and destroyed and blew up the storm. Here we have the white, which identifies the radiation or EMF or whatever they do. You can see here where the outside edges of the storm have been blown out and just kind of shredded and ripped apart. And there's no eye anymore, but we lost the eye last night when they were manipulating that. And you can see here all these little bumps and whatnot. That's kind of what's left. I mean, certainly normal hurricanes, and being from Florida, I paid attention to them a lot, would not have this pattern. And it is very strange that that this hurricane came up, stalled, and it just blew apart. There's no reason that it would blow apart unless it was enhanced to be blown apart. Pacific Redwood 1, he did a really great report, which I posted. He explained where they blew it. I don't know how they did it, but he explains how they did it better than I can, and he shows in detail what happened, and he even goes into the details of what happened to the eye of the storm, and it makes a lot of sense. And when you're looking at this too, it doesn't make any sense in nature to have a hurricane just come, stall, disintegrate, and now there's nothing. So the idea that it's going to keep tracking to the west doesn't make any sense because there's nothing left. There's no hurricane at all. It's now a tropical storm, which is because there was nothing to begin with. It was all enhanced. And so now we're finally seeing rain here in Kihei, but not without a lot of manipulation. I would not suggest to be out in this rain or the flooding. Who knows what they've enhanced this storm with. We know it's not natural water because they like to use all sorts of chemicals. I want to take a look at the vapor map now to see what they're doing with this. And hopefully they don't have it blocked out like they did last time. Last time they had a lot of images that were blocked out and you couldn't see them. So let's see if we can get some clear vision here. Let's slow it down. Okay, let's take a look. So someone suggested, and it seems pretty plausible, that the idea is they want to rain all over the volcanic activity, causing a lot of steam and explosions. That could be true, but I don't see a lot of rainfall coming in yet. Let's see what happens as the map progresses forward. It seems to all be really disintegrating quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, even the rain itself that would come with a hurricane is minimal at best. I'm finally hearing rain now in Kihei, and if it gets a little bit harder, I'll bring my birds inside, but it's kind of nice and cool. But look at all the rain that here had potential, and then let's watch how it kind of disappears. Not a lot of rain moving into the islands, which is what you would expect with a Category 5 hurricane. And it doesn't make sense for a hurricane just to dissolve. Again, I agree with Pacific Redwood 1. He says they're putting on a show. I totally get it. If you have the power to do something like this, why wouldn't you want to put on some fancy show and show off how amazing it is that you can control all this weather right here with a couple of satellites and enough heavy metals in the sky to do such. So anyways, that's the interesting, peculiar, unnatural water vapor map. Let's go now and take a look at the visible, see what's really happening. And please feel free to look these up on your own. These are free websites. This is just a few. I use 2 of them that I'm very comfortable and understand. There's a lot more than this out there that can show you the truth. Okay, so there you see it. It's like, wow, hurricane, oh, nope, and it's completely gone, and we're just going to turn it into a storm. They have dissolved and disintegrated the hurricane completely. They made it a few days out, they stimulated it, and then they just made it disappear. So, they got everyone all scared and nervous in between, even so much that our mayor had to come on and do some kind of, speech about what to be worried about. And I say don't worry at all anymore. Start paying attention to the maps so you can do your own research and you'll get an idea of what storms are real and what storms are enhanced. I want to slow this one down for you a little bit so you can just watch how it's odd. The direction of the clouds go one way and then they go the other way and it's just all over the place. Not natural at all. Okay, take a look. Poof. No more hurricane. We made it. We threatened people. We scared them. And then we completely dissolved the eye and dissolved the storm. Oh, so powerful these people are. So, go to Mimic. Take a look here. I don't think we'll see anything strange on Mimic. Only because the storm is just no longer existing. And again, I know I've gone over this several times, so that's interesting. That's a new one. There was no storm. They heated it in the center with the white. We had a storm for a little bit. They stalled it, and then they just got rid of it. Now this new bizarre weird white line that comes through, I don't even know what that's from, but that is strange, isn't it? I'm going to take a look at this. Definitely, you remember that ring pushed the whole hurricane up and over, but this is a new one. That's very interesting. And like I said, these certainly would be glitches if, and only if, they didn't change the weather pattern. But what's bizarre is you'll see the glitch and then the weather pattern changes. And that is what's so bizarre, Let's take a look at the whole coast here. There was another ring up there by Northern California. Yeah, just really strange. But like I said, one day, 10, 15 years from now, they're going to make a documentary and say how we controlled the weather in the 2010 area. And they'll talk all about it, and they'll show all the instruments that they used, and by then it's non-news because it's already done. Whatever they're doing would have been in the past, but there you go. Well, what can I say? So this is your report. This is the leftover image of what was once, 2 days ago, a threat so much to close everything down as a Category 5 hurricane. And I told everyone it's going to be disintegrated or steered away. They didn't even have to steer this away because they managed to just disintegrate the whole thing before they even had to move it. And it's going, gone. Right? Pretty amazing. In hindsight, well, not hindsight, I guess it's not. I guess when you look at it in the bigger picture of things, if you don't get upset that people are manipulating your weather, at least you can say, you know what? This is some pretty cool shit. They're able to manifest a hurricane, get it spinning, and then completely dissolve it within 3 or 4 days. And that's kind of interesting when you really look at it in a non-objective way. Okay, that's all for tonight. Have a good evening and aloha.